Caution. This podcast is designed for mature audiences. We delve into topics surrounding sexuality and intimate relationships in a candid and open manner. Please note that we are not licensed marriage or sex therapists, and the content shared here is intended solely for entertainment and informational purposes. If you are under 18 years old or prefer not to engage in explicit discussions about sex, relationships, or mature language, we advise against proceeding further. However, if you're of legal age and comfortable with such content, feel free to settle in, grab a beverage, and enjoy this episode. Just remember, time flies when you're having fun. Oh, and the stories you are about to hear are true. The names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Welcome to Beyond Monogamy, where every episode is a journey of discovery, liberation, and endless possibility. Join your hosts Roger Johnson and Janet Valentine as they peel back the layers of convention, inviting you into a world where passion knows no boundaries. Beyond Monogamy, a podcast that transcends the traditional norms of relationships to uncover the raw, unfiltered stories about the lifestyle. And now, your hosts, Roger Johnson and Janet Valentine.
Moving along and going to have a good recording today. Welcome to Beyond Monogamy. I am Janet Valentine.
I'm Roger Johnson.
And I'm Steve.
So I don't know if Barbie's going to join or not. This is sort of an impromptu, hey, we need to get a recording done. And so we're going to wing it. Welcome to all of you first-time listeners. If you want to find some of the old episodes and they're not on where you're listening to your podcast, you can find them on Beyond Monogamy Podcast. Smash them all together, and that's the website, beyondmonogamypodcast.com. If you are returning one, welcome back and hope the flies on the wall will enjoy the conversation between us swingers, lifestyles, whatever you want to call it, going along to our new format. The format is to speak about music that you can or shouldn't play during a play session, swing session. The other one is sex news. And then the third one would be the sex word of the episode or the day. I do have a music one to talk about. And I do have a word if y'all don't have a word. And I have things to say on all three. So
I got things. Pick your favorite, and we'll pick up the others.
Okay,
yeah.
So
I have
well, mine is a pickup of one that Steve brought up at the last episode. So you said the song to play to listen to is a new song, "Use Me." And I went in my head automatically to what I know the song "Use Me" is. And the thing is that you were listening to "Use Me" of Diplo, but I got it, and it's been on my tape, my sex tape, for when it was called a tape, okay? Before, way back when it was called a tape. And that's because the original is Mr. Bill Withers, okay? And so I don't know how Diplo does it. I did not listen to Diplo sing it. I am old school. I love Bill Withers. Okay. So yes, I agree. "Use Me" is the song. It's got that good rhythm, good movement that's in there. So that's on "Use Me." I have a word, but if you don't have one, my word can always wait. It's an easy one. And then the other thing I want to talk about is I want to continue to talk about this OnlyFans 12 hours record of 1,027, because I read some more about her. And I have more questions and more comments. What about you, Roger? You got any new news that you want to talk about?
I've got, I wouldn't call it like news, but a fun fact.
Okay.
That's kind of news. And you can double check my math here. So, came across an interesting fact. An average horse weighs 1,000 pounds, right?
Okay.
And has a 20-inch dick. So, and that's a ratio of 50 pounds per inch, meaning a 1,000-pound man only needs to have 4 inches to be hung like a horse. So high five to all the fellas out there.
I will. So Fabio, one Valentine's Day, I kid you not, this is very, very topical. We went to the zoo to a special presentation. They had great chocolates. It was a dinner. It was put on by the zoo. It was a fundraiser, and they had a guest speaker. And the guest speaker had, I kid you not, it was a fun game. They set out a piece of paper which had different lengths of a dick, okay, of a cock, whatever you want to call it, male member. And then you had to guess which animal that dick size belonged to.
Oh my goodness.
It was so fun. Okay. So I'm just saying, if you're looking for something to do on a party someday and it doesn't involve that and you have some bored people out there, maybe you can do the mismatch game. I'm sure it's out there on the internet. It was one piece of paper that had the names of the animals. The other piece of paper had the length of the dicks, and then you were supposed to guess, and then you figured out it was a matching game.
I'm just hoping that this was a zoo hosting a couples night and not a rendition of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
No, it was definitely the right audience. The zoo was they made very clear alcohol was being served. They made very clear that it was couples only. They made very clear no children. Okay, because that's one of my black lines there. That's definitely no children. But I have questions. So, Steve, I regress. Yep. Did you want to say anything about music or a word or?
I have. I have one of each actually. There's one. It's as I like instrumental music. There's a lady called. She's Brazilian, Indiara Safair, Sfair, and she plays the harmonica. Mm-hmm. And she has a song called Symbiosis or Symbiosis or something like that, and it's just, oh my goodness, we put that on and it's just phenomenal. We love it. So, but my news is interesting. I was going through some stuff, and if you go to a Sorella's or a adult toy shop, you see everything is made in China. Mm-hmm. I read this article. And it was interesting. A young lady who's 31 years old in China was finally allowed to open a sex toy shop after she had been denied several times. I'm going, they make it all there anyway. What's the deal? Well, women's sexuality is so taboo in China. Right. Yet you have all these women that they're making all these dildos and these pocket pussies and all this stuff, but yet they can't open a sex shop. I thought that was pretty interesting. That's it. Just a little tidbit of interest. That's all.
Okay. Do we have any words?
Words.
Come on, bring the word.
Okay.
Word?
Sure. Masturwaiting. Masturwaiting.
Masturwaiting? Is that warming yourself just enough until you can play in the group?
No. Masturwaiting is what happens when you're masturbating and you have to stop while your video is buffering.
That's a good one.
I don't know. My God, that's so fun.
Masturwaiting. I like it. You know, that becomes the title of the podcast. So
we're masturwaiting.
Monday masturwaiting.
Oh my gosh, but that's it.
Masturwaiting. So I've done some more thinking. If you've listened to previous episodes, one of the news things was about the woman, Bonnie Blue or whatever she is.
Yes.
She supposedly had sex with, it said in the article, 1,057 men in 12 hours time. So I plugged it in and decided on my private computer, so I wouldn't get searched at work for it and get in trouble. On my private computer, I asked to give me some more information on this. And she said that in an article on E! News or something else, that she was trying to beat Lisa Drake or something, which is an adult film star lady, porn star, that had done previously in 24 hours time 999 guys or something, and she was trying to beat that record. But here's the thing: is so we were discussing this and breaking it down in the numbers. You're doing 1,000 in that time period. You're looking at, for a man, it's one guy a minute. And so I've gone to a couple of different places. Can I do 4 guys at the same time? And in reading the article further, she was explaining how it started out. And she said it started out as gangbang after gangbang after gangbang. And then eventually it went to one-on-ones. And I don't think she was online on OnlyFans the whole time so that you could watch her the whole 12 hours. Okay, so I want to know who's, and it said her production team. Right, so it said her production team, and it said that when it came close to the time being done, she got into 1,000. There was 57 guys still in the queue, so she decided to do the other 57 guys. Well, I want to know what do is, or along Clinton's line, Bill Clinton's line, what is. So, because I've decided that I could hold a dick in my left hand, hold a dick in my right hand, have a dick in my mouth, and have a dick fucking me, and that's 4. And if we just do a couple of pumps and 1 or 2 entries and switch out and do 4 more guys, that's a possibility, but that's not really, in my opinion, that's not really pleasuring. So they use these words pleasuring and they use the word sex. Okay, so I mean, I know it was not make them come. Okay, because I know you can't. There's only one man that I know that can come in 1 minute. Okay, and that would be Bill from Bill and Miranda. Okay, and I'll tell that story at a different time. Bill is you touch it and that sucker goes off. Okay?
I haven't been able to do that since I was in 10th grade.
Well, and she, so then she says that she let everybody watch for a while, and then she went to strictly one-on-ones. I know it was so she could make money. I mean, I understand this is all a publicity stunt or whatever to make money, but something tells me there was not quality there. It was definitely a quantity thing.
No, I agree. And like you had said, I think if we're pleasuring or having sex, even at one of our swinger parties, it's not a 3 pump and out. You know, it may not be 30 minutes. Rarely is, I think. But if you are having sex with a woman or a guy, whichever it is, you don't stay there for 3 minutes and then hop off and go somewhere else. So I agree with you. I think, it's just a wham bam. Thank you, mister.
Right. I okay. So, and she said that it just felt like she had a very strong sex day, and that's how she felt the next day. I'm sorry, you're soaking in Epsom salt bath, okay? Afterwards.
Yeah, icing that thing down.
Yeah, it's still something. We had a gangbang for L. 7 guys, 4 hours.
Okay.
So, and that was, she took 1 5-minute break and that was it.
Right.
So I just don't, yeah. So there's a little perspective for the flies on the wall, you said, as to what I would consider a standard or, type of deal.
Here's where my skepticism falls. Steve, let's just the best you can recap. How many guys did you invite? How many RSVP'd? And then you said 4 were there.
Yes.
After hosting a few, I know what you're going to say. So go ahead.
We invited 15.
Yep.
11 said yes, and 7 of them showed.
7 showed.
Yep, 7.
Did she? Okay. She did 7 in 4 hours.
Yes, she did 7 in 4 hours.
And anybody who's hosted one, that's a typical number and turnout. If you want 7, invite 15 to 20, and
Yes.
yeah, that's just how these things go. So to do 1,000, of course, I mean,
Yes.
I'm looking up a picture of her. I'm looking to see if I can contact her and get her on here. That would just be fun, and just have her just hear the story from her mouth. However, uh, no pun intended. Anyway, it she's hot as hell. I mean, if you've got a sandwich tray there,
I'm not saying that she's not
I'm gonna get
hot.
3 rounds. Anyway,
I'm not saying that she's not hot.
yeah.
Okay. So I want to move on. We've done our word sex story, and we've done our music. I want to get into the topic of this podcast. In a previous podcast, a listener brought to our attention how does he get into being one of the bluefish that get invited to a party. Bluefish being called a bluefish because single men are a dime a dozen. There are a lot of bluefish in the sea, and so single men are termed bluefish. Now, single women are termed unicorn because it's very rare that you have a woman who is not attached to a guy in some way. Okay, so that's a unicorn, but we're talking about a bluefish. This particular gentleman, his wife is unable to physically play anymore, has no desire to have sex, and has given him the go ahead to do this. His question is, how do I jump in? We always go to get your foot in the water, all that other good stuff. And his question was, how do you get your feet in the water? At that, on that episode, we were discussing bluefish, and we were discussing what should their profile say. And then homework was given to Roger, and he did it. The homework was put into chat GPT and see what chat GPT, see what AI says about this. Okay. So I'm going to read it, and we're going to discuss what it is that chat GPT came up with. Now, the prompt to chat GPT was make a profile for a male seeking couples or single females for a swingers website. Okay. And so ChatGPT said, here's a solid profile for male seeking couples of single females on a swingers website. It's flirty, confident, and inviting while keeping things respectful and engaging. The username they came up with, and I kind of like this one, is Adventurous Gent X. Okay. Although I will tell you that adventurous, in my opinion, is too long. Adventurous Gent X, age 35, location, your city, state, height 6'1", body type, athletic, relationship status, single, looking for couples, male, female, and single females, experienced, but always open to new adventures is the experience level. About me, confident, fun-loving, and always up for a good time. I'm a well-traveled professional gentleman who enjoys great conversation, deep connections, and unforgettable experiences. Whether it's an exciting night out or an intimate evening in, I bring passion, energy, and an open mind. What I'm looking for? I'm here to meet like-minded adventurous couples or single females who enjoy exploring their desires in a relaxed, drama-free setting. Chemistry, mutual respect, and good vibes are key. Whether you're a couple looking to spice things up or a single woman wanting to explore, I'd love to connect and see where things go. Interest in turn-ons. 1, sensual and playful experiences. 2, a mix of passion and laughter. 3, respect, communication, and mutual pleasure. 4, wine, music, and a little mischief. Boundaries and expectations. Discretion and respect are a must. I always return the same. No pressure, just good conversation, connection, and seeing where the night or day takes us. Let's chat and see if we vibe. Send a message if you're intrigued. I'd love to get to know you. So, Roger, you want to comment on that before we read what you would have put?
Yeah, if you don't know how ChatGPT works, like it just you tell it something, and it scans the entire internet and spits you out an answer in about less than 10 seconds. And it's I thought this was incredibly efficient, and you could plug and play your own details, and and what I'll explain later is this would get you on the site, and people would read it. And um, and I'll say most this is the mistake most men are making, is they're not using at least a something like this that'll at least give out good grammar.
Right. Because
Um, but
nothing
I'll come
makes you
back to
worse
that.
than poor grammar. Now, do you want me to read what it is that you wanted to add?
Yeah. So after it spit out that one, I I uh, I went on SLS, and this was the hardest part of the whole project, and just did a search for just men, and as I'm doing it, I regretted it, because all these men are going to get these notifications that this
That you
couple
looked
viewed
at
your
them?
profile. Yeah, and they're just gonna start blowing up the inbox, and I'm just like, God dang, I should have edited my profile. I was just doing a test this morning. Don't
So
message. Um,
I say you answer them back and say, sorry, listen to this podcast. Okay. I was doing research for our podcast. Listen to this podcast. Let's get some marketing
uh,
done here.
but it was terrible. Like I pulled a few of these up. I pulled a few of them up, and I mean I did find a few I could use out of like 20, and I was just like, you have a misspelling on your username, never mind. And that was even like, well, did he mean to do that? And I was just like, nope. And then some of them, there was one that said, uh on one hand, I admire this guy for being upfront, and on another hand, I'm like, wrong website, dude. But he was just like, hey, I'm in a, uh, I'm in a marriage, and it's not okay with my spouse that I'm on here doing this, so
Wow.
discretion's a must. And I'm just like, wrong website, jerk off. Yeah,
Right.
so I obviously
Isn't that
didn't use
isn't
that
that
one.
Ashley Madison? Isn't that where that one goes? Is Ashley
Tender.
Madison?
Tender. Want a piece of
Okay.
ass? Go to Tender. Anyway, I pulled 4 or 5 that had just some really good well written content for what their intent was, and I uploaded it and said, you know, using these profiles, make a fun flirty profile or something like that, and then this next one is what it spit out.
Okay. So the next one says adventurous Gen X. It kept the username. Age 35, city states, height 6'1", athletic, muscular has been added to the body type. Single, looking for fit, adventurous couples, male, female, and single females for NSA. I was going to say, if you don't say no strings attached, I'm not touching you. NSA stands for no strings attached for all you newbies out there.
Yep.
NSA fun or a long-term FWB connection. What does FWB mean?
Friends with benefits.
Oh, okay. Friends with
Yep.
benefits connection. Experience in the lifestyle, respectful and drama free. About me, I'm a confident, experienced, and highly selective man who enjoys creative, unforgettable experiences with like-minded people. Professionally, I'm a business owner and systems design engineer, comfortable in any setting from boardrooms to intimate encounters. I enjoy deep conversations, playful flirtation, and making genuine connections that lead to a next level fun. Okay, I'm going to tell you that if you wrote that, I'm not going to even talk to you. Okay, because that dude that wants to get into that deep level conversation, that's not it. Bullshit. And that business owner, I own a business and I'm a really cool engineer. Oh, screw you. I'm not touching you either. Okay, so if you think those two are on there, I'm rating it as a female. I'm not picking this dude. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Um, If we decide to meet, I'll be there. I don't flake, and I expect the same courtesy. What I'm looking for, I'm specifically seeking fit, hot wife, and full swap couples. Okay, so if you put that one on there, I'm already, because you know that I don't think very well of myself, I'm not doing it because I'm not a fit, hot wife. Fit, hot wife.
I've got some comments about this at the end. I just
Right.
was
Okay.
throwing
Sorry.
it out here.
Fit.
Go ahead.
Fit.
You're good.
I'll stop commenting. Fit, hot
No, you're
wife, and
good.
full. Fit, hot wife, and full swap couples. I love fulfilling MFM fantasies, and I'm open to long-term friends with benefit arrangements. Fit means a woman who works out regularly and has defined muscles and takes care of herself. Single females, if you're confident, open-minded, and looking for no strings attached playtime with a passionate and experienced partner, let's talk. Real connections. While the physical aspect is important, I enjoy building connections that extend beyond the bedroom. Dinners, social outings, and shared interests. Oh my God, I'm running after that. Sorry. That's my comment in there for all of you people who are confused. You start putting that you want long-term relationships. No, 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 no. Anyway, back to the profile. I prefer to meet for drinks or dinner first to ensure chemistry. If you're the husband reaching out, I understand the vetting process, but I will not meet unless I've spoken with your wife directly. No surprises. I only play with couples who are secure in their relationship and free from jealousy. Interest and turn-ons. MFM, FMF, so male, female, male, female, male, female, stag, vixen, stag/vixen, hot wife play. Next one, sensual and passionate experiences. Number 3, erotic massages. I have a portable table. Okay, you've got me looking at you again.
I was just saying, oh, now you're looking back.
Exhibitionism and small group fun. Women who love being shared with their partner. That's a nice line. And then the last one, confidence, chemistry, and a great attitude. Boundaries and expectations. I respect all boundaries and expect the same. Discretion is a must, and I always prioritize mutual comfort and consent. I understand that couples with younger kids have schedules to work around, and I'm happy to plan in advance. I don't drink, but I don't mind if you do. I'm here to have fun, make connections, and create experiences that leave us all wanting more. If this sounds like what you're looking for, send me a message. Let's see if we click.
Hey, this is a great time for a break.
Fellas, are you tired of the same old experience? Need to spice things up? Introducing Dick Dippers, the revolutionary way to bring flavor to your love life.
Oh, baby.
That's right. Just dip it, dunk it, or drizzle it in one of our mouth-watering flavors, like strawberry daiquiri for a tropical twist, pina colada for that classic sweetness, or go all in with hot fudge sundae, because who doesn't love a little extra drizzle with nuts? Made with 100% edible, body-safe ingredients, Dick Dippers are smooth, tasty, and guaranteed to make every moment delicious.
Now that's a treat I can't resist.
So why be boring when you can be dippin'? Get Dick Dippers today. Available wherever fine personal products are sold. Not responsible for excessive licking, moaning, or sudden craving for sweets. Use as directed. Satisfaction highly likely.
Now, back to the fun part of the podcast.
Go ahead with your comments first.
Well, I made some of them already. So, I say bullshit to the whole profile because, first of all these guys put 6'1", and I know that that's not it. Okay, there's guys out there that are 6'1", but most of them are 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", and I I find it funny that ChatGPT put that in there because that's probably on average what most guys are putting. But if you sit there and tell me that, you want to tell me that you're a business owner and systems design engineer, first of all, if you know anything about systems designs engineers, those dudes are nerds. They are not 6'1". They do not work out and are muscular. And so this guy sitting there saying that he works out and is muscular, I don't want to do this because I'm not a match for this person. I want somebody to say that they don't mind if there's a little bit of roles, that it's all about the personality. I want them to say, yes, I'd like for you to take care of yourself. Okay. I want you to take care of yourself, but to say that you want me to work out and have defined muscles, oh, fuck you. Okay. No, fuck you. How's that one? And am I the only one that feels this way, Steve? What are you thinking on
No,
this?
no. And what caught me and just threw me off was the fit means a woman who works out regularly.
Yeah.
Regularly. And here's the deal. The three of us know you limit yourself to a fit woman, you excuse the expression, but you're missing out on some great pussy. I'm
Right.
telling you. Guys, that's unbelievable. Most of these fit little girls are piddlers. They're gonna be out there, go to the parties, stand around. Oh, here, midnight, here you see my tits. Done. Yeah, that's not a good.
And the real connections, okay, hell no. I do not want somebody that is a real connection. Okay, if we
Right.
become friends afterwards, yeah, that's the cherry on top. But no, dude, I do not want, especially in a bluefish. Okay, I do not want a real connection. I don't want to hang out with a single male on a real connections. Let's go beyond this and do dinners and social outings and shared interest. How am I going to explain that to my friends? Oh,
Yep.
here's Big Dick Donnie here, and Big Dick Donnie is gonna be, he's
Yeah.
my extra special friend, if you know what I
Right.
mean.
Exactly. And
No,
the other thing that caught me was I have to, if the husband is the gatekeeper, but I must speak to the wife. I'm telling you, Elle asked me to do all of the gatekeeping and all the conversation and all the communications. She's in front of a computer day in, day out. She doesn't have to deal with it. And
most women don't want to do it. I
that's
didn't.
right.
When I was doing this full time, it was not. It was Fabio who was doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
And it was very rare. There was times when Fabio would say, "Hey, this person wants to," like he was actually talking to him physically on the phone, and he'd say hi to them. And then I would say hi, but I'm not talking further to that person. You're a bluefish. Okay.
right.
I do not want to go out to dinner with you. I don't care if I ever see you again. I just want to fuck. Okay.
Exactly.
So I the real connections thing bothered me. Single females, good luck with that. There's not single females who are reading this. Okay.
Yep.
So, and what you've got to say, this thing in here, what this looks like is this guy is seeking to poach your wife. He's seeking to poach your partner because he's talking about all this stuff that he's going to do and all this. He wants confidence and chemistry, and he wants somebody with a great attitude, and that. No, I don't really. This is like you're locking down for more than the one time. This is a one time only. And maybe if you work out okay, then we'll see you a couple of the times. Well, if you want to really get invited to the parties, this is not it. This is not the profile to do it.
You're right. Well, no, and going back to the original gentleman who asked about this,
Right.
I liked what everyone said, including Barbie, what to put in there. Be honest who you are and what you want.
Right.
But say, hey, I don't want a relationship. I'm here for this.
Play.
And be done with it.
Play. And even so, and in that guy's situation, put down that you're married and start the profile and say about me, I'm married, but my wife, for physical reasons, cannot play. I've been given
suggested that I do this,
and she suggested I do this. If you would, and she suggested I do this. And then as you're talking to the couple or whatever for the first time, then have them, say hi to your wife or whatever. Verify. Remember, like I said, that Missy Evil, that she likes to she will tell the guy that she's talking to, I need to talk to your wife, even if she says she doesn't play. I need to talk to her to make sure it's okay.
Yep.
Before that, we know that to verify it. But also this whole, if you like-minded people. You wouldn't be on this website if you weren't like-minded people. Yeah.
There's a hard balance, and I say that because it's hard to find. You This is your chance to sell yourself, and I think some men make the mistake by either A, not doing it, or B, going at it like a used car salesman, and
Right.
that's not what's gonna get you sold. You have to consider the reader when you're writing this, and the about me, we've nailed that. Just be upfront and honest, thoroughly, you know. But and then in the rest of it, you need to know what it is you're looking for, and if you can be selective without saying you're selective.
Right.
And that's where this profile really kind of screwed the pooch is, and because I think your reaction, Janet, will be 95% of the reactions, if not more. Um,
Right.
it, when I mean, when you see selective, that's just like, oh, this is all. The minute you read any piece of it and it goes in your mind like, oh, this is going to be difficult. No, and then you're like, fuck that. You got to understand, if you're a single guy on this website, you're one of a million.
Right.
You're
I
Yeah.
The only thing here that's redeeming is, and you said it, the erotic massages. I have a portable table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So most people don't say that. And I don't think it was said, at least the time that I was playing, I never saw that in there. But to say that I understand, and maybe that's saying something like, I understand shyness. And so we can start with massages and go from there.
Another thing I want to comment on is, and this is while I was looking at all these profiles, and I saw this multiple times, where it when you say you're open to or turned on, if you're a guy on here and you can be part of a male, female, male, female, male, female, okay, and then that's right. Okay, we get it. But if your profile says you're straight and you're open to MMF, then
Right.
that means
So,
you're either in between a male and female, or you're one of the ends and there's a male in the middle. And to me, that is not a straight situation.
so I recommend on this, and these were most of the, so because like you said, both Steve and Roger said, hey, that what is happening here is that most of the men are the ones that are perusing these profiles and setting up the bluefish. Most of the men are the ones, the women we don't like to do this as part. And so if you got to realize who's reading it. The lady's husband is probably reading this. So you need to say in here, no deliberate sword play. Okay. I know that you're going to put down there that you're straight, but you need to be very clear. No deliberate sword play, because accidental sword play happens, especially if you're trying to set up a DP or something. Okay. The dicks are going to touch, right? But deliberate sword play, you're drawing the line and letting that guy know, I'm not touching your dick. Okay. So
Right.
there's no doubt it needs to be within the what I'm looking for or whatever. I don't care where it is, whether it's an interest or turn on, something else like that. I need it made very clear. No deliberate sword play, because you will have these couples that'll say, yeah, he's straight and she's bisexual or whatever. And then you start playing with them. And, there was, we were at, Fabio and I were at a party, and we were at a party that was, I don't know, about an hour and a half's drive from where we were living. And it was the other couples at the party, we only knew the hostess. We had only played with the host and hostess. Okay, they had the party. So we get there, and there is another couple that happens to also be from the same city that we're from. It's like, oh, nice to meet you. And it turns out that they live about 10 to 15 minutes away. And so she's cute. He's not bad at all. So we start playing, and it ends up that we're in a room, and it's me and him and Fabio. And we sit down. The guy says he wants to do, so yeah, the two of them are doing me. And I'm Fabio is on the bottom, and I'm riding him. And then this guy is behind me trying to go into anal because he asks me, "Can you do anal?" And then his eyes light up when I say sure. And I've got the coconut oil out. And so we're in the middle of all that. And so we're in the middle of that. I pull off and to make an adjustment. And Fabio's eyes get really wide. And then he looks at me, and as I'm making the adjustment, I'm high up on my knees, and he realizes that whatever he's feeling is not due to me. It's due to this other guy. And instantly, as this happens, Fabio's dick just goes completely limp. Okay, because deliberate swordplay is not his forte either. He doesn't like it. Okay, so he realizes this, gets really limp, and all play ends up stopping. We end up getting up. An excuse is made. I got to go to the bathroom. I don't know. I got to get a glass of water. We walk out, and he tells me later, Fabio tells me on the drive home that, yeah, while we were doing this guy, he goes, I could see your ass, and I could see your ass was above my dick and wasn't on my dick. And then I felt something really warm on my dick, and I looked down, and his mouth was over my dick. And he goes, yeah. So he's like, so that was it. And
He was
so
like, the least the guy could have done was shave.
And I just,
No, I'm
well,
joking. I'm joking.
He said, he goes, I was really trying to be open about it, but in my head, it's just not my thing. And I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care whatever reason it is. This is my partner, and I get that. I'm not going to force him into a situation. And so the next week, we get messages from this couple, and they're, would you like to meet? And we put them off, and we put them off. And then a couple weeks later, we get messages again. And finally, she texts me and says, can I talk to you directly? And I said, sure. And she calls me up, and she goes, my husband wants to know if the reason that you won't meet with us is because of what he did at the party. Because if that's it, he won't try that again. And I said, that's really not the reason. I said, and I was being completely honest with her. I said, the reason is he smokes, and he tastes like ashes.
Smokes
okay.
coal.
And I said, it's true. He did. He smoked. And so I had this convenient excuse. And I said to her, look, I don't know if it would have worked, anyway, but I'm telling you, take a look at my profile. If you would have read my profile before we would have played in the room, we wouldn't have even gone into the room. If I would have read your profile, and your profile said that he's a smoker, okay, because I don't know if they still list that on SLS or not, but it used to be, are you a smoker
Yeah.
or not?
Funny.
And so I said, no, he's a smoker, and so this is just not going to work. And she's like, oh, he'll quit. I'm sorry. I've had experiences. I didn't have to tell her the Lurch story. I've had experiences of all these guys say they're going to quit. They don't. It's just not going to happen. Nice to meet you, but we're not going to work as couples meeting couples. Now, one of the things I did notice in either of these, he said on this profile, it said, I don't drink. Okay. What about 404? Do they still mention, do you do pot? Do you do 404? Are you 420 friendly?
Oh, yeah, 420 friendly.
420 friendly, I know.
No, that's not on there. And people put that in their profiles a lot. And in this, but that's been in there since before it was legal in a lot of states, and so now we have it legal in a lot of states, but I can't and don't because of my job, and so and I think a lot of people are also in that. So I think it's important to put in your profile. That's probably what you're getting ready to say. I think it's important to put in your profile whether you are friendly for it or not.
Right. If you're 420, if you're smoking, again, if you're smoking pot, then your skin tastes like old wet pot leaves, yucky. Okay, for me personally. So if you put down that you were 420 Finley or that you like to smoke it, I'm not. You're out. I'm not.
But
I'm not even looking at you.
but 420 friendly nowadays could mean
It's a gummy
anything from
bear,
smoking
right?
it to
So
gummies,
and if
edibles, candy
right,
bars.
right. So if
Yeah.
you're taking it, and I can tell you that I've had friends that I've played with at the parties that are taking the gummy bears, and I'm fine with that. Except they still, how do I say this and not sound snotty? I when they take it and they get so slobbish and out of control that it's like, anything is wonderful. Then you've lost the experience.
Yeah.
You know, you've lost the high. You get a natural high from coming and from orgasm, and you lost it if you are having to enhance it some other way, in my opinion.
I think people that have the stuff, and I'll say people who vape. Yeah, I don't care what you do as long as you're coherent when we're doing it. But I've seen people like, get off the bed and everybody's going to kind of take a break, but they go pick up a vape and blow out this giant smoke cloud in the middle of a room. And I'm like, use some etiquette. Nobody wants to see or smell that bullshit, even if it is cotton candy. Nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
Go to the bathroom and turn the vent fan on, or just go outside or something. Don't do it in the middle of a fucking room. Uh, uh, Missy, I was at a party with Missy, and it pissed me off. As the anger you hear in my voice is because I was getting ready to play with Missy, and somebody did that, and it affected her, and she was coughing pretty bad, and
Right.
it nearly cock blocked me. That's
Mm.
that's no bueno. We're not doing that. So anyway, enough of that. I was doing this hoping it would help your friend get started. If I were him, find the website. C4P is obviously not going to be it, but find a website. Make a minimal make a minimal profile just so you can get in there and read them, and then and then take or have someone take some good pictures.
Right.
Good pictures. That's something we haven't talked about in a long time. Pictures are important. Go
And like
ahead.
we said, we don't. I know Barbie was saying it too. Not dick pics. Just please.
Yeah.
I don't show me your dick. Okay. I want, maybe it's a side profile or just your face. That's fine too. You with a friend, blur out the friend's face. I don't care. Maybe it's you and your wife, and so you can say, yeah, she's pictured there, but she's not playing, and make very clear, I'm married. Her picture is here, but she's not going to play because of XYZ, and then put it out there. Just be completely honest. So yeah, go to those websites, make SLS or Swing Lifestyle, I think is still up. SDC, if you want to
SDC.
go.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a big one.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people on SDC, and they'll have parties there. You can also put your profile up, go to a party as a single male. Yeah, you're going to pay
Yeah.
more,
Start
or
hitting
go
meet
to
and greets.
or if your wife is willing, go to a party with her, and then she can simply say, "No, thank you. I'm broken today." And people will walk away from her. You can let it know, but just meet some people that way. That's what I would do. So, but yeah, if you put down that you're looking for a fit woman with muscles, I am totally not answering you. And if Fabio answered them and I read that guy's profile, I'd be like, why are we even seeing this person? Because that's so judgmental. I need somebody
Yeah.
who's going to say, I'm not afraid of a few wrinkles, and I'm totally not afraid of a little bit of rolls, as long as you respect yourself. I want somebody who's taken a shower. I want somebody who's used soap. Um, and I don't care if you have hair on your head or you don't. If you're a bald guy, let's put some coconut oil on it and rub around. That sounds fun. Okay.
So try to get back to the place you came from, right?
It's more about truth, and to sit there and say that you want a long-term relationship with this couple. No, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for an extra dick.
Too much info. If you're just looking for a piece of ass, it's too much info.
Yes, totally. Okay, so I think we've got a pretty long time on this topic, and we're going to close it for today. If you have a comment about this or any of the other podcasts that are out there, the easiest place to go to leave a comment is our website, which is beyondmonogamypodcast.com. Go to that website, leave a comment if you have a question or a suggestion of something you want us to cover. If you want to refute things or answer back on and argue with some of the stuff, I'm all in for, hey, if you know of a particular line that you think works on a profile, please send us that information. Go to beyondmonogamypodcast.com. You can send me an email. You can send Roger an email. You can comment on this podcast and definitely on any of the other ones. You can listen to the other ones. You can also tip Mandingo because he is editing and doing these things for free. If you are interested in any of the products that we are developing, you'll hear them on our commercials. Let us know that as well. And by all means, please tell a friend about this podcast on the down low so that they can listen to it. Roger, I fully expect you to all of those little single bluefish guys that are going to be going, hey, what's up? You can send them a note back and just make it a copy and paste. Sorry, I was doing research for beyondmonogamypodcast.com. Please listen there, and nice knowing you. Send them that, and maybe we'll get some people that will listen to the podcast because they want to hear it. Maybe we can educate a couple of these guys to change their profiles, because all we really want you to do is come. And in this situation, I hope that you guys will come again and really come again.
That's it for this episode of Beyond Monogamy. We hope you enjoyed our podcast, and we look forward to having you back again for the next episode of Beyond Monogamy.